Hey you guys, Viper Elite here, and this video will be talking about all the new stuff in the zombie map pack, plus a little bit of stuff as well. But as you see here, kicking straight off, this is the new weapon called the wave gun, and it looks a bit like a water pistol, which I used to use when I was a kid. But as you can see, it sort of has two distinctive parts, one red, one blue. This sort of makes it look like it's sort of two guns in one because it's got two hands. So maybe it could be sort of pistols at first, but you'd have to get two halves to actually make it a wave gun, sorry. So maybe it's like it's alright, maybe a bit like the ray gun at first and that kind of power. But then when you lock it together with the other piece, when you get it in a random box, then you can unleash your destruction with it. And one of my YouTubers last time, his name is, I've lost the page, Black Ops Zombies 997, on my last video said about Treyarch's words, and it said capable of cooking zombies from the inside out. So basically, think about that's a wave gun, so maybe it'll fire some kind of like wave similar to waves in water, and maybe it sort of singes them, and it starts on the inside, and zombies maybe explode when you do it, so it would have quite a wide range as such, and it would totally rape the zombies, good for rape trains by the sounds of stuff. And apparently there's also a quantum entanglement device. Many people don't know about quantums, I'm no nerd myself about it, but it's to do with very, very small stuff, so maybe it'll be similar to the Wonder Weapon. Well, actually, I think it's going to be some kind of grenade like the Gersh device, but maybe similar to the Wonder Weapon on Shangri-La, make zombies really small. It sort of entangles them in a really small sort of dimension, or that may reverse, and then maybe it could make them really big, because it says, as the quote, mechanics to bless or curse your battle against the undead. So it could go good, but it could go wrong. So that's something to watch out there. On top of a new gun, there is also new equipment apparently, and also a new perk machine, which I don't know what colour it would be, but it would probably be a colour which none of the others are. I chose blue and then I realised Quick Revive was, but I don't know what it would be called, and maybe it'd do something quite different, because as you know that delinquent headshot, I don't know what it's called, but one on Call of the Dead made headshots like aiming for a headshot, I think. So maybe it isn't kept strict to what is on multiplayer, maybe they've thought up of something new. An idea I have at the moment is maybe it makes your bullets catch a light on fire, or maybe it cools them down, so it either does a little bit more damage to zombies or slows them down from moving as fast. But I don't really have much of an idea, and I'll get back to you when more information's released. Yeah! So I'll start with the pictures now and move on to some interesting stuff towards the end as well. But as you can see here, this is the main screenshot of the moon. It has a little bit of a control sort of port up the top there, control room, which overlooks probably the whole site. And then you have an underground bit which goes underground it, and well, underneath it, sorry. And then to the left of that, far left of the picture, it looks like there's sort of stairs which will go down underground, the whole thing. So maybe you go into the moon and maybe find some cool stuff down there, considering you're going underneath the planet, sort of, if you know what I mean. And in the control room, you can see sort of middle of the picture, there is a bit of red there, so maybe that's like some kind of switch or massive TV screen. It could just be for decoration, but it may have something to do with maybe unlocking the Pack-a-Punch. And thinking about Pack-a-Punch, you can see satellite on the top there of the screen, and that means you could probably sort of link them up to other satellites and maybe unlock the Pack-a-Punch room, or maybe it does something special. Maybe it's part of a big Easter egg. And also, if you haven't quite noticed it, there's planet Earth in the background. Just thought you'd like to know that. Not much is really going on in this picture, except from you can see the zombies have quite a few different uniforms, which is nothing new. But something which people probably don't pick up on is that thing in the top left corner. And I'll show you a picture of it later, but as you see, that is the sort of digging machine which is seen on the level 4 Kuta and the multiplayer map Radiation. So maybe that ties into a storyline. Maybe the people there are sort of digging stuff up from the Earth, and as you know from Rise and Ascension, there was 115 on the moon. So maybe there's a project going on here which is looking for 115, and quite possibly a thought just sprung to head. my head, that zombies are also being made on the moon, and maybe they're sort of being sent down from the moon by some evil scientists to invade Earth, which is why they're so persistent, like begging peasant, as Nikolai says. This is a picture I found on the internet, and it looks like quite untextured and stuff, and pretty early development, so maybe this was before a lot more was added. But as you can see, it doesn't exactly look like a fun fight outdoors, so maybe it features mainly indoors and underneath the rock and sort of planet, if you know what I mean. So basically you can see the uranium digger I saw about in the background there, and also just the sort of cabins and stuff. And if you look to the very right of the cabin, you see the silver sort of area, which sort of may be the sort of place which a picture was taken from the first screenshot, which I show you right here. Back to the previous picture though, you can see that halfway down the cliff face, sort of in the centre of the screen, there is some kind of sort of ledge. That's what I was thinking of, ledge, and it sort of just sticks out. So maybe that has some kind of form of transport on it. It looks like there's a bit of soot there, so it could be sort of a thruster, or it could just be like a ledge which you zip wire onto from this side of the cavern, or ravine, whatever you want to call it. But also you see the stairs, if you look at this side near sort of the fans or whatever they are, barrels, seems like there's stairs going down into that hole, so maybe the sort of fight takes place in that hole as well. So you could just drop off from that ledge and it'd be sort of an escape route towards the rest of the map, if the fight does indeed take place down that hole as well. Here are just a few other pictures where there isn't really that much going on, but it looks like there could be an exit out of the left there through the garage door by the looks of stuff. But this as well, not really much going on, but it looks like some kind of control room, so yeah, you just walk around there. Now moving on to this picture, there are lots of sort of tubes as such, a bit like where the Pack-a-Punch room is in Ascension, so maybe this could be underneath sort of a launch pad in a similar sort of thing to that, or maybe it could be inside a space shuttle, because you know in all those sci-fi films they always sort of have walkways through circular tubes, so maybe you could go inside a space shuttle, or part of it. And an interesting thing which Animator Bug commented on my last video, and he said, "I have a feeling that the rocket in Ascension wasn't as empty as you think." And that is quite an interesting comment. Maybe it was sort of launching supplies up to this place, and as you see the barrels on the right there, maybe they have something to do with it. It was sort of helping to build this base as a research facility, maybe to help develop zombies, or even make all the, well, most of the wonder weapons you know of, like the ray gun and such, even though they might have been made by someone else. But yeah, this place could be some kind of epic research facility, or it sort of makes loads of stuff. And Treyarch's words say, "Arm yourself with a space-age arsenal of epic proportions." So maybe that means, as it's a space-age arsenal, maybe this is sort of a weapons developing thing, because the ray gun and all that seems kind of alien and space-like, so maybe they developed that here. But the thunder gun was apparently developed on Ascension, so we'd knock that off. I'm not sure if this is legit, but I found this on a forum, and it could be the quantum entanglement device, because it's got some nice fluorescent rods in the middle, which are probably some kind of really radioactive substance, and it looks like it'll spin stuff around from a little picture at the bottom, and maybe you just plunge it like a detonator. That's a point. Basically, apparently someone said that there'd be a detonator weapon as well, and that looks like a detonator, so maybe it just blows up and kills loads of stuff. And it could like kill loads of zombies in an area, but because it looks radioactive, maybe it sort of hurts zombies as well who travel through it, a bit like the gas hurts you on what's called Kino der Toten. And I'm going to finish the video very soon, but one thing is that the boss, because the Cosmic Silverback, everyone's like, "Yo, let's bring it out this map." I know I said it would probably come out last map, but Cosmic Silverback came from space, and you're in space, so maybe the boss is finally the Cosmic Silverback. So maybe it's finally like that, and it'll be really tough and all that, have a few special abilities, maybe be a bit like a magician and fire magic at you and crap like that. So it'll be one hell of a ride, but yeah, I'll bring more information about the boss later on, and I'm going to be making more videos, a lot more like this one. When new screenshots and information's released, I'll be doing a lot more in-depth videos similar to this one, like I just said. So be sure to rate and comment and subscribe. If you think of anything else, please write it in the comment below. So basically, Treyarch quoted, "You'll have the tools you need to turn back the undead tide once and for all," which sort of assumes that this is the last zombie map, although it probably won't, because Treyarch will be like, "We need some more money," so they'll make loads more sort of zombie maps. But that suggests this might be the last video. Not saying it is though, but please subscribe, yeah.